G'day guys, Gordon here with Guardians of Freedom, just doing a little quick video to get you guys thinking about a few things. I'm going to try and make these videos a bit more interesting than my old plain office background videos that I've always done. You're going to see a lot more videos coming out, guys. My goal is to try and assist people to see through the confusion, the game that they're trying to create. That's why I'm going to be making more of these videos, is to try and assist with that. And my overall goal is not to make heaps of money on YouTube or heaps of money through my Facebook by selling bullshit products and all the rest of the crap that I see a lot of people doing. My main goal is really simple. Look, I'm out with the dogs. I don't know if this is going to work because they're always getting themselves into trouble. There's a little standoff there in the background. Might make things more interesting. Come here, boy. Safi, settle down. Anyway, yeah, I was saying my main goal is to assist people with getting through to the other side, keeping our people as safe and well as possible. In 2020, I saw things very different. I saw the big picture, and it's, for me, everything's about humanity. So let me get into this topic real quick, guys. What do you do when you have a child that's wanting to do something that's naughty, that you don't like, or you don't want them to be doing? What do you do? So usually, well, it's not the only tactic, but what you might do is reverse psychology. And currently we have what I see as the largest scale, most complex reverse psychology campaign underway, carried out by the New World Order, run through all of its institutions. And I mean, that's a whole nother video, but I think on our website there's a whole range of educational videos that you should check out that explain how this New World Order works, and through their pyramid setup, which goes through to the media, through all of their different foundations and organizations, NGOs, etc. But going back to the main topic, which is reverse psychology. So I think we all know, well, we should all hopefully know by now, that the New World Order, Rocco's looking at me like, what are you talking about, bro? We're talking some serious business here, Rocco. The New World Order is left-wing in nature, fundamentally, in terms of its final destination, which is socialist communism, a technocracy which is based on these socialist communist principles. Interestingly, there is an element of capitalism there still. It's called stakeholder capitalism, but that essentially is where the large corporations fit into this socialist technocracy. Okay, so, but it is left-wing in nature, and that doesn't mean that right-wing elements can't be manipulated or utilized, because they control both. And that's a whole nother video that can be explained on that. But again, check out the educational videos on the website. There's a lot of information around that already up there. Okay, now when I'm talking about reverse psychology, I've noted this now, and you'll see this in 2030. You may not see it now, but I think once I finish this video, I think, and you start looking at things, it'll become quite evident. They went hard left, as in they released all kinds of insane, absolutely insane things. When I say insane things, like this transgender, how many genders there are, and then they've gone and really pushed that to the level of insanity, where you look at it and you go, this can't be, nobody's seriously going to push stuff like this. You've got Antifa, the Black Lives Matter um, campaigns and things like that, and then you just look at how hard they pushed it. And for me, I consider their goal is to create a hard right pushback, right-wing extremism. Okay, now my belief system is more or less traditional right-wing, traditional value, moderate, I would say, moderate right-wing. But now I just don't believe in any wing. I like the chicken wing, but that's the only wing I'm interested in. But that's what I can see they're doing. So that they control both, and you've really got to understand that they control both arms. If you can do that, you can very easily use this reverse psychology. Now, as I said, the end goal is a left-leaning society, communism, pacifists, you name it. All of those things they're pushing through the left, climate change, etc. That's where it's going to go. Okay, veganism and vegetarianism and all the rest. Okay, so how they're going to achieve that? I believe, now I can see it clearly, they're going to do that by pushing an extreme right-wing agenda. Okay, they want, and not only that, they want us all to look at each other at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, after 2030, and say, humanity is so bad, we need to control it. All right? So that's the reverse psychology that they're playing at. They are unleashing extreme right-wing forces, extreme patriotism. Now, patriotism is a whole other topic. I'm patriotic to Australia. I love this country, but I can tell you they can manipulate that too. Same with you guys in America. If you're blind, patriotic, you will be manipulated. You will be manipulated. Okay? And at the end of all of it, right? So they're going to create a big war. That's where things are going. They're going to create absolute havoc on the earth. And at the end of that, they're going to say, this is what happens when you have right-wing forces going at it, causing wars, causing endless capitalism. I'm not anti-capitalism. I'm for balance. Balance between capitalist needs and functions, and also having a well-functioning society through social programs and things like that, similar to what we had in the 90s in Australia. We had it very well set up. Now, then from there, they're going to talk about human nature and the need to plug people in to keep track of that, right? It's the largest reverse psychology campaign. Right? They want to have this war, let it all go, and say, look at humanity. The illuminated ones know better. Okay, they know better than the illuminated ones, Illuminati, and that's where they're going to go. And then they will bring in their restrictive system. Okay, that all these things that are happening now are just glimpses. They're giving you little glimpses now. 15-minute cities, they're, restrictions, climate change restrictions, carbon tracking. They're putting all these things out to get people to become familiar with these concepts. But they need this war, so at the end of the war they can implement all of these things. My dogs like macadamia nuts. Interesting. I actually did some reading on that. Apparently it's toxic for dogs, but I let them eat it because apparently it's a slightly hallucinogenic substance in small amounts. Maybe that's why they love it so much. They don't get sick or anything, so they're alright. But anyway, back to that. Yeah, so it's the largest reverse psychology campaign, and unfortunately, most of the right-wing elements who are supposedly awake can't see that what they're doing. It's that far ahead. These guys operate so far ahead that people aren't looking ahead and seeing that. So that's what Donald Trump's about. Getting you guys to get enraged by first setting off extreme left, and then getting you guys to follow him to war. Okay, and at the end of that war, that's where they'll come in and they'll say, look what happens when we let humans, operate. They can't be trusted. Look what happens when right-wing ideology is allowed to run free. Don't get extreme. This is what I'm trying to say to people. Stay balanced and understand it goes back to this dualism that they've created. They've trained us to think in a duality with everything. It's either this or it's that. It's Democrat or Republican. The truth, left or right. The truth is there's another choice, and the choice is we're all human, and we have a human behavior. And I will put a video together on explaining left wing versus right wing, and that really there is no wing, and we have a little bit of both elements as human beings that have served us very well for millennia. Okay. So yeah, just be aware of that, guys. This is the largest reverse psychology campaign, the longest the world has ever seen, and that's exactly where it's going to go. And most people are blindly participating in this by jumping onto these little hate campaigns, by jumping onto the hate the Muslims and hate the Jews and hate this and hate that. Geopolitics is done, guys. I'll put another video together on that. Am I right, Rocco? Geopolitics is done. What do you say, mate? But yeah, guys, they think very far ahead. They plan very far ahead. We've got to be able to do the same, all right? I think I've covered just about everything that needs to be said on that video, on this video. It's reverse psychology. Okay, now don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning any of those insane left-wing diseases that they've placed into our society. They're wrong. It's very simple. I think anybody can see that, and they don't function. But that's extreme. That's extreme left. Alright guys, take care, stay well out there, and I'm not going to reply to any trolls, so don't even waste your time. If you do have some genuine questions, genuine debate, always enjoy that. Okay guys, take care.